Good day, everyone. Today, I'm going to report the historical foundation of education in Renaissance period 1350 BC to 1600 BC. Renaissance began in Italy, states because they avoided economic crises that happened elsewhere during the High Middle Ages and due to its location between East and West. Rulers and merchants were wealthy and used their money to patronize government building projects, education, and arts. Town life was strong. Renaissance means rebirth in French. This was a time period following the Middle Ages that lasted from the 1300s to 1500s. Renaissance is a civilization, starts in Italy, spreads throughout Western Europe. It is the period of revival of ancient Greek and Roman ideas and values. It is the transition from medieval to modern. New secular and scientific values replaced traditional religious beliefs. It celebrated the human body and cultural awakening. During the Renaissance, humanism revived interest in the literary works of ancient Greece and Rome in classical Latin. Humanism became an educational curriculum, and at the core of humanist schools were the liberal studies of art, sculpture, and architecture of the Renaissance. It affirms that human beings have the right and responsibility to give meaning and shape to their own lives. Humanism was the educational and intellectual program of the Renaissance grounded in Latin and Greek literature. It developed in Italy in the middle of the 14th century. It studied of the humanities, grammar, poetry, moral, philosophy, and history. In early humanists took an interest in the civic life and to serve the state. Humans are the center of their own universe and should embrace human achievement and educate classical arts and science. Humanists are Barlam, an Italian, Lencius Pilatus, Francesco Petrarca, 1304 to 1374, he is an Italian, Giovanni Boccaccio, 1313 to 1375, Italian, Simon Attomano, 1380, a Greco and Turkish. Coluccius Salutati, also a humanist, in 1331 to 1406. He is also an Italian. Gert Grote, 1340 to 1384. He is a Dutch. That's are the humanists of the Renaissance period. Renaissance literature. Widespread use of Latin in writings of scholars, lawyers, theologians. Also used in this time the vernacular language spoken in own regions such as Italian, French, and German. Renaissance literature, the famous writer is William Shakespeare, is probably the most Renaissance writer. His writing shows a deep understanding of human nature and express the thoughts and feelings of his characters. Renaissance famous authors. Dante Alighieri. Dante Alighieri is considered the greatest Italian poet, best known for the Divine Comedy, an epic poem that is one of the world's most important work of literature. Geoffrey Chaucer. Chaucer, Italian writer, wrote English vernacular we use today because English he used in his writing is the ancestor of today's everyday English language. Christine de Pizan was the female professional writer of the Middle Ages and the first woman of letters in France. She advocated for greater equality and respect for women, anticipating the feminist movement of the 19th century by 600 years. She wrote in praise of women and as a defense of their capabilities and virtues. Dante Alighieri book began 1308, completed 1320, a year before his death in 1321, is one of the greatest works of world literature. These are the books of Christine de Pisan. The Canterbury Tales consist of a collection of stories told by a group of 29 pilgrims journeying to the tomb of St. Thomas Becket, and the Book of the Cities of Ladies. Renaissance education. Humanist schools based upon liberal studies, or what is called liberal arts today, included the history, moral, philosophy, astronomy, music, and physical education that we include also in our curriculum today. Next is the practical preparation for life. Mostly men, very few women of the Renaissance education period. Renaissance art. Renaissance art are the painting, sculpture, architecture, and the high Renaissance. In painting, artists sought to imitate nature. Fresco painting done on fresh wet plaster using water-based pens. Their perspective, as objects are farther away, they are painted smaller. Their sculpture and architecture inspired by statues and buildings of the Greeks and Romans. High Renaissance. High Renaissance is artists are Leonardo da Vinci, 1452 to 1519, was the ultimate Renaissance man, a solitary genius to whom no branch of his study was foreign. Next artist is Raphael. Raphael created works that perfectly express the classical spirit, harmonious, beautiful, and serene. Michelangelo, 1475 to 1564, emanated creative power conceiving vast projects that drew for inspiration on human body. Da Vinci, his famed paintings are Mona Lisa, and Last Supper. Michelangelo portrayed the Sistine Chapel ceiling and the Pieta. Raphael's portrait of Baldassare Castiglione is an oil painting. It has an enduring influence, the Transfiguration art print. That's all my report. Thank you for listening.